Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Makeup Maria from Miami. I had planned on making a video about summer blushes, but I can't today. No shame to others who can. We all need distractions. I just feel compelled to create this video because I'm fiercely pro-choice, very disappointed with the recent decision to overturn Roe v. Wade, and would like to have a conversation about it on my channel. And I think the easiest way to do it is just to bring up 5 talking points and link a lot of information to where you can get more information about these talking points just to get the conversation going. And so if you're pro-choice like I am, you will be clear on the reasons why, how we got here, and how to help moving forward. So if that interests you, please stay with me. Okay, so the number one talking point is making abortion illegal will not stop abortions. It will only make it more difficult. Women of means will still get their abortions. Those who do not have the means will find a way, which is where we were before Roe v. Wade, with illegal abortions made in back alleys with horrific consequences. I know someone who had one of those illegal abortions, and I can tell you that the stories that you may have heard are not exaggerations. Samantha Bee, who is such a gift, did a video with COVID, and in her video she talks about women who before Roe drank bleach to stop pregnancies. She also talked about how one woman miscarried and was charged with a crime because of these pro-life laws. Another woman had a miscarriage and was charged with second-degree murder and held for several weeks on a $100,000 bond. This is a war, folks. My friend posted that women should delete period tracking apps, use incognito for searches, and use cash to buy contraceptives. Someone else on social media said not to share information on social media, particularly if you're helping women to get to safe havens. So there is a lot to this conversation, and that, again, is just scratching the surface, but there'll be more information in the links below. The second talking point is that it's not about life. The perfect example of this is a TV interview with a pro-lifer. And when the reporter asked her, so what do you think should happen when a woman's life is at risk and she needs an abortion? The pro-lifer said that God would protect her if he, capital H-E, felt it wasn't time for her to die. Let that sink in. So what about rape, incest, domestic violence? If pro-lifers really cared, why not put all that effort into stopping those unintended pregnancies from happening in the first place? Women who are victims of sexual assault have had their bodily autonomy stolen once. Now, if they become pregnant for that assault, it will be stolen again. From now on, we should call the movement what it is, anti-choice. And when you consider the research that as abortion restrictions increase, so does women's death, then it's actually about death. Let's not forget the brave people that have lost their lives when these anti-choice people committed acts of terrorism at women's health clinics. Also, by the way, it's not about babies. Once the baby is born, pro-lifers or anti-choicers conveniently go away, not interested in helping babies get formula or health care or safe schools. Since the Uvalde shooting, everyone should know shootings are the top cause of death for children in this country. Add to that how too many children in this country live in poverty. It's an absolute disgrace to say it's about the babies. Number 3 talking point is it's not a legally sound decision. I'm not a lawyer, but how does going against 50 years of precedents make legal sense? Crooked Media, it's a podcast with 3 really smart women. There'll be a link below. They did a deep dive into the legality, or I would say lack thereof, in the decision, highlighting the strongly worded dissent. The judges who dissented, by the way, called the decision to overturn Roe catastrophic. MSNBC also talked about how the Supreme Court apparently cannot be embarrassed. Best example is when Alito cites 14th century law going back to a time when some believed some women were witches and should be put to death. How in one decision they cite overturning a 100-year-old gun control case saying that New York, the state, should not decide. and overturning Roe, saying, let the states decide. How 3 Trump Supreme Court appointees said they would not overturn Roe. How they recently gutted our Miranda rights. Bottom line, the legitimacy of this court is in question. So, which is a perfect segue to my next talking point. Number 4, it's political. Rachel Maddow details how we got here, how this decision is the result of a deliberate, well-funded, right-wing organizing tactic that has been going on for years. My view is that this anti-choice movement is manipulating people of faith. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez talks about how the current political system allows a minority to rule our country and subsequently take our rights away. And she's also pushing the Biden administration to set aside federal lands for healthcare centers for women to have safe abortions. CBS poll described 2/3 of Americans said they support abortion rights, how out of step this decision is, and how 1 in 4 women in this country have had an elective abortion. Number 5, it wasn't always about religion. Before this issue became politicized, many religious leaders either supported pro-choice laws or didn't have much to say about it. Don't get me started on the Catholics. I was raised Catholic. They have always been pro-life, as far as I know. But they also don't believe in birth control. The radical right members of the Supreme Court are coming after you, coming after anyone who cares about right to privacy and freedom of religion, by the way. Next on the list, in vitro fertilization, birth control, same-sex marriage, gender-affirming care, interracial marriage, and more. Safe haven states have planned for this day. California, in particular, created a Future of Abortion Council to organize efforts, which is promising. Unfortunately, it's clear the next step for the anti-choice movement is to go after California. What can we do? Get informed. There'll be links to content below. Read articles and always consider the source of the information when you get it. Get active. Do more than just vote. Align yourself with other local pro-choice groups. Props to Miami-Dade County Mayor Daniela Levine Cava for joining a pro-choice movement in Wynwood. And props to Lizzo, who donated a ton of money to the movement. You have my heart. Don't give up. Stay focused. We're in this for the long haul. If you have something constructive to add to this conversation, or if you have questions, if you have an idea for a follow-up video, please leave a message below. If you are not helpful, your comment will be deleted and you will be blocked. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Seriously, this is not going to be an easy fight, but we have no choice. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to wear sunscreen.